are you? Dear student, we are in our lecture number 5, group number 2nd as block. We are going to discuss carbonate of group number 2nd elements, beryllium carbonate, magnesium, calcium, strontium and barium. These are oxoacid salts. Beryllium carbonate is soluble into water because of beryllium is small in size, hydration enthalpy more, and lattice enthalpy is less. So due to this, beryllium carbonate soluble into water, where others are sparingly soluble. Solubility decreases down the group because of size increases, hydration enthalpy decreases, and lattice enthalpy increases. Thermal stability increases. It means at high temperature it will be stable. Increases. Solubility decreases down the group due to lattice enthalpy is more than hydration enthalpy. These are sparingly soluble into water. Where beryllium oxide soluble into water. Yes, sir. Others are sparingly soluble into water. Now, beryllium oxide, when we take, we are passing CO2. So, it converts into beryllium carbonate. Now, second about sulfate. Beryllium sulfate, magnesium sulfate, calcium sulfate, strontium sulfate, and barium sulfate. Yes, these are also oxo salts. All the sulfates are white. All the sulfates are white in color. Soluble and stable to heat. Soluble and stable to heat. The solubility decreases down the group. Yes, sir. Here solubility decreases down the group. Why? From top to bottom, solubility decreases. From top to bottom. Reason for that, hydration enthalpy same decreases. Lattice enthalpy increases. So solubility decreases. Where beryllium and magnesium sulfate are soluble. Due to hydration enthalpy high and lattice enthalpy less. These two are more soluble into water. Due to hydration enthalpy is more than its lattice enthalpy. In this case, lattice enthalpy is high than hydration enthalpy. So attraction toward water is less. So solubility gradually decreases. Now what about oxalate? Oxalate of the group number 2nd elements. Oxalates, beryllium oxalate, C2O4, magnesium, calcium, strontium and barium. Solubility here decreases down the group. Solubility decreases down the group. From top to bottom it decreases. Why? Lattice enthalpy increases and hydration enthalpy decreases. So beryllium oxalate is more soluble. Now from beryllium to barium it decreases. Now nitrate. Nitrates of group number second elements. Nitrates means NO3 minus ion having compound. Whenever carbonate, when we dissolve into nitric acid, gives a nitrate salt and removal of water and carbon dioxide. This is preparation of nitrate from carbonate. Dilute HNO3. When we take and when we dissolve into HNO3, diluted. So all the carbonate of group number second gives a nitrate. All of them nitrates decompose on heating and gives monoxide. M means element of group number second. At high temperature gives monoxide, 4 mole of NO2 and 1 mole of O2. Nitrates of strontium and barium. Strontium and barium are used in pyrotechnics. Pyrotechnic means heating at high temperature for giving colors, red and green flames. On high temperature means pyrotechnic. Strontium nitrate gives red color. Barium nitrate gives green flames. That is called pyrotechnic. Now, then after anomalous behavior of beryllium. Yes. Behavior of beryllium is slightly different than another elements of group number second. Anomalous behavior of the beryllium. First of all, what is anomalous? Anomalous means anomalous behavior of beryllium. What is anomalous? Something different. Beryllium is different than another elements, magnesium, calcium, strontium and barium. That is anomalous. Something different which is anomalous. Why? Beryllium is different than another elements of group number 2. Reason for that high ionization enthalpy, small size of beryllium, absence of d orbital, absence of d orbital, beryllium 4 number, 1s2, 2s2 and 2p vacant. D is not present here. In rest of element D is present. Beryllium forms a covalent compound. Others are ionic. Its salts are easily hydrolyzed. Its salts are easily hydrolyzed because it has great attraction toward water. So beryllium chloride, when we dissolve into water, gives beryllium hydroxide. It easily hydrolyzed. It has a great attraction. Second thing, beryllium shows coordination number only 4. Means beryllium has 1s2. One electron is moved into 2p and 2 are vacant. So total 4 orbitals are there. So beryllium forms 4 bond where others having d orbital, so it makes 6. Yes, due to presence of d orbital, 3s, 3p and 3d. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 bond, up to 6 bond. Another elements form 6 bond also. Third one, it has high beryllium. I am talking about beryllium. Third one, beryllium has a high melting point and boiling point. Due to small size, harder. Do not react with water directly. It's not reacting directly with water. Its oxide and hydroxide are amphoteric by nature. Beryllium oxide and beryllium hydroxide are amphoteric by nature. Amphoteric means dual nature. It behaves like acid and base. With acid it behaves like a base, and with base it behaves like a acid. Amphoteric. Amphoteric means dual nature, acidic and basic. Now it's carbide. It's a carbide, beryllium carbide, Be2C and BeC2. Yes, it gives 2 types of carbide, are covalent, not ionic. Due to Fajan's rule, polarity highest in beryllium, small size, are covalent. Other carbides are ionic in nature. Calcium carbide, like calcium possesses +2 carbon -1, which is ionic calcium carbide. Beryllium carbide react with water, gives beryllium carbide react with water gives beryllium oxide and methane gas, while magnesium carbide Mg2C3 gives propine. When react with water gives propine and magnesium oxide, where calcium, barium and strontium. Calcium, strontium and barium with water gives acetylene. Here calcium, yes, acetylene, CH triple bond CH plus calcium oxide, acetylene plus strontium oxide, acetylene plus barium oxide. These are the different. So now you can see now diagonal relationship between beryllium and aluminium. Diagonal relationship between beryllium and aluminium. What is diagonal? relationship between beryllium and aluminium. Due to similarity, diagonal means first element of group number second is beryllium and second element of group number 13 is aluminium. Has the similarity in the property, that is called the diagonal relationship. Reason for that similarity in charge density. Charge density means charge upon radius. Charge upon radius. In the case of beryllium, charge is +2. Radius in picometer is 31 picometer. So 0.064. In the case of aluminium, charge density, charge is +3 and radius is 50 picometer. So both are near about charge density same. Here also electronegativity of boron and aluminium is 1.5. En, electronegativity of both elements are same. So they resemble in some their properties. For example, so similarity in its property with beryllium and aluminium 1 by 1. Both are resist to the action of acid due to protective film oxide on surface. Beryllium and aluminium both resistant to the action with acids. In the beryllium, there is a layer of oxide, beryllium. In aluminium, when beryllium aluminium come contact with acid, so thin layer coating occurs of the oxide, and both oxide are very stable. So it's not reacting with the acid. Both are inert toward acid. Both form soluble complexes with strong alkali. Yes. Alkali means base. Beryllium hydroxide, when we dissolves into alkali, means 2OH minus. So it gives a berylate ion. 4 minus 1 plus 2, so total minus 2. This one berylate ion. Remember, berylates. Berylates. Now aluminium hydroxide in alkali gives aluminate. Here +3, 4OH minus 4, total is -1, which is aluminates. In the bracket, ion is called complex. Both beryllium carbide and aluminium, chloride. Both beryllium chloride and aluminium chloride. Third one, exists in dimer form in gaseous phase. Beryllium chloride and aluminium chloride both possesses beryllium chloride. Here vacant orbit, here chlorine, beryllium, chlorine, vacant orbit and filled combines with each other. Here filled lone pair of chlorine combines with here empty orbital. Here empty orbital combines with the lone pair of the chlorine. So dimer in gaseous phase. Aluminium chloride also. One empty orbital. Here lone pair of chlorine combines. Here empty orbital combines with chlorine. So dimer occurs BeCl2 and Al both act as a strong Lewis acid. Why? There is a vacant orbital in beryllium and aluminium. So it has a gaining nature of electron. So which is called Lewis acid. Carbide of both beryllium and aluminium gives methane. On reacting with water, beryllium carbide and aluminium carbide B2C and L4C3 both react with water and gives methane gas. Here also with water gives aluminium oxide, then 3 mole of methane gas. Both have strong tendency to form complexes. Yes, beryllium gives a tetrahedral BeF4 minus 2. Here one beryllium combines with 4 fluoride. This one is a tetrahedral. Another example, beryllium oxalate also, which is tetrahedral, where aluminium is octahedral. Aluminium combines with 6 fluoride. This is octahedral. In shape. Aluminium oxalate also octahedral by shape. Now we are going to extraction. Derivation of metal from its ore. So first one, extraction of magnesium. Extraction of the magnesium. From its ore, from magnesite. First of all, from magnesite. The ore is first calcinated to form oxide. It means MgCO3, magnesite. First we have to calcinate. So we have to apply high temperature. That is called calcination. Calcination means giving heat. High temperature, it gives the oxide. And this oxide, in presence of carbon, react with chlorine. So it gives the magnesium chloride. Second step, this is magnesite. First step is calcination. Second, with chlorine in presence of carbon, gives magnesium chloride. Now electrolysis of this magnesium chloride. Molten magnesium chloride is taken. Electrolysis. MgCl2 is a flux NaCl and calcium chloride. Temperature is 973 to 1023 Kelvin. We are heating. So magnesium reduces on cathode and gives magnesium. And chlorine liberates on anode. Here one, here cathode, reduction on anode, oxidation. So molten means liquid. Yes, loses 2 electron. So which is oxidation and gives chlorine. Chlorine evolved at anode and magnesium on cathode. Now from dolomite, yes, magnesium we can extract from dolomite also. What is dolomite? Dolomite is a mixture of calcium carbonate and magnesium carbonate, which is called from dolomite we can derive. So first of all, calcination. Calcination means heating at high temperature. It gives a mixture of oxide and removal of 2 mole of CO2 from both. Yes, now after that ferrosilicon, reduced with ferrosilicon under reduced pressure. This mixture at low temperature, low pressure, reduced pressure, we are heating at 1273 Kelvin temperature with ferrosilicon, FeNSi. It gives 2 mole of magnesium ion and calcium silicate, Ca2SiO4. We can separate and we derive the calcium from it. These are the methods. Now from carnallite, yes, we can derive from carnallite also. Actually, carnallite is a KCl, MgCl2 and 6H2. First of all, we have to remove water. So we are passing hydrochloric gas throughout it. So anhydrated means without water. HCl moistures will be removed. Anhydrated mixture of KCl and MgCl to be derived. And electrolysis of this mixture, molten without water. When we pass electric current, so it gives magnesium on cathode by electrolysis. Now fourth one is from sea water. Yes, we can derive from the sea water. Sea water contains MgCl2, is concentrated under the sun, treated with calcium hydroxide and magnesium hydroxide is precipitated, filtered and heated to give oxide. In the sea water, concentrated MgCl2 is present. In the presence of sunlight, treated with calcium hydroxide and magnesium hydroxide. It gives magnesium hydroxide. Precipitated means a solid. Magnesium hydroxide occurs on heating. After separating, it gives magnesium oxide and removal of water. And electrolysis of this oxide, molten magnesium oxide, then electrolyzed. So magnesium evolved on cathode in the form of magnesium. Now alloys of the magnesium, we are in the point alloys of the magnesium. Extraction of magnesium over by 4 methods we can derive. Now alloys of magnesium. Alloys means mixture of the metals, 2 or more than 2, which are used in automobile and airplane aircraft industries, which contains 90% of magnesium, which we are using in automobile and aeroplane, which alloys we are using containing 90% magnesium, 2 to 9% aluminium and 1% zinc. Now, then after, some important compound of calcium and magnesium. Some important compounds of calcium and magnesium. First of all is a quicklime. Or calcium oxide, another name, calcium oxide, CaO. It is prepared by heating limestone. Limestone means calcium carbonate. On heating the limestone. Limestone means calcium carbonate. At 1273 Kelvin temperature, it decomposes and gives calcium oxide. When we remove the carbon dioxide, so it gives, actually this reaction is reversible. When our vessel is kept open, so CO2 will be evaporated and pure calcium oxide we can derive. When heated in oxyhydrogen flame, when heated in oxyhydrogen flame, it emits a brilliant white light. This is the property of calcium oxide. Yes, it absorbs moisture and carbon dioxide. Yes. When we kept calcium oxide open into air, if it absorbs CO2, so it converts into calcium carbonate. If it absorbs moisture from air, so it converts into calcium hydroxide. Yes, sir. So it is an absorbing nature of water and CO2. Now slaking. What is slaking? Slaking of lime. Slaking of lime. What is slaking? The addition of a limited amount of water disintegrate the lump lime to fine powder. It gives some fine powder, means very fluffy, soft powder, fine powder. This process is called slaking of lime. Limited amount of water is added. Quicklime slake with aqueous solution is lime water. Calcium oxide react with limited water gives the calcium hydroxide, which is called the lime water. Otherwise, milk of lime. Also, this process is called the slaking. It is used in the building material. So, use of calcium oxide in the building material. Calcium oxide is useful Mortar. What is mortar? Mixture of a sand and calcium oxide with water means calcium hydroxide, which is called mortar. We are doing flooring in our house. So before tiles, we are spreading some mixture which is called mortar. In bleaching powder also, yes, in bleaching powder, in the production of bleaching powder, calcium oxide is very useful. Now, second one is plaster of Paris. We are calling POP. Plaster of Paris, POP. POP means plaster of Paris. Calcium sulfate into 1/2 H2O. Half hydrated. It is obtained from gypsum. Actually, gypsum is a CaSO4 into 2H2O. If we are taking 2 mole, on heating gives calcium sulfate into calcium sulfate twice into H2O and removal of 3 mole water. Otherwise, calcium sulfate into 2H2O on heating, 1 mole calcium sulfate with 1 mole water and 3/2, 1.5 mole out of 2 will be removed. In gypsum, amount is 1:2. Calcium sulfate 1 mole water to here. In POP, there is a 1 mole calcium sulfate and 1/2 mole water. When wetted with POP, when wetted with 1/3 part of water of the POP, it sets, it became hard mass. Now POP, when heated at 473 Kelvin, means 200 degrees Celsius, so it gives anhydrated water will be removed, anhydrated calcium sulfate, which is called dead burnt plaster. Which is useless. Now, uses of POP, plaster of Paris. In the plaster, in the surgical bandages, what happened? Surgical bandages. When fracture occurs in the body, so we are bandage. We are doing bandage, which is made of POP. In casting, then in molding, and last one in the dentistry. To make artificial teeth. So dentists are using POP. Now another important is magnesium sulfate, MgSO4 7H2. Another important compound is MgSO4 7H2O. Yes, sir. Sometimes formula will be MgH2O6SO4 into water. It is obtained from minerals, magnesite, MgCO3, or dolomite, mixture of calcium carbonate and magnesium. This is magnesite, this is dolomite, treated with sulfuric acid. So it gives MgSO4, water and carbon dioxide. Here calcium sulfate, magnesium sulfate, water and CO2. Magnesium sulfate occurs. It is isomorphous. Isomorphous means the same structure. With ZnSO4 7H2. Structure are same of MgSO4 with ZnSO4 7H2. Isomorphous means same structure. The double salt gives with potassium sulfate K2SO4, MgSO4 and 6H2O, which is double salt. MgSO4 gives dual salt with K2SO4. Yes, it gives dual salt. It is used in fertilizer in the name of potash magnesis. Mg uses of MgSO4 7H2O as a fertilizer. Name of it is potash magnesis. Potash magnesis, which is also used in fire proofing paper. फायर प्रूफिंग ऑफ पेपर. पेपर में फायर प्रूफ बना हुआ है तो फायर प्रूफ पेपर, क्लॉथ, फायर प्रूफ क्लॉथ, and in medicine MgSO4 is useful. Now limestone. Calcium carbonate is limestone, CaCO3. Name is limestone. It occurs in nature as a chalk. In nature as a chalk, marble, corals, calcite, and aragonite. In the form of aragonite, corals, calcite, chalk and marble, etc. And with magnesium it gives dolomite. Magnesium, yes, calcium carbonate, and calcium carbonate also occurs in the mineral of dolomite. It is used, calcium carbonate, it is used in iron industry as a flux. Flux means actually in iron factory we are extracting iron from Fe2O3, but melting point is very high. To decrease the melting point we are using calcium carbonate as a flux. Calcium carbonate also uses as a antacid in the acidity, in the disease of acidity, antacid in toothpaste. It gives a shining to our teeth. Chewing gum, in chewing gum, in making of chewing gum, calcium carbonate is added. Also high quality paper. In paper industries to make high quality papers, and as a filler in cosmetics, our body powder. it contains Fulfi powder, very soft, which is the calcium carbonate. Now Portland cement. Come to the point, Portland cement. Ingredients of the Portland cement we are going to discuss. In the Portland cement, there are many compounds. It consists calcium oxide 50 to 60%, calcium oxide, sand 20 to 25%, 20 to 25%, and alumina, Al2O3, aluminium oxide 5 to 10%. Then magnesium oxide 2 to 3%, Fe2O3, ferric oxide 1 to 2%, and sulfur trioxide 1 to 2% is there for making Portland cement. For good quality, cement ratio of the sand upon alumina. Aluminium oxide should be 2.5 to 4. And another ratio of calcium oxide quicklime upon total oxides, SiO2, Al2O3 and ferric oxide should be 2. So it gives a good quality cement. Now this is the raw material for making Portland cement. After formation of cement, it consists which type of compounds? So there should be dicalcium silicate, 2CaO SiO2 1 mole, 26%, which is called dicalcium silicate. Sometimes in written Ca2 SiO3 also. This is dicalcium silicate. Now tricalcium silicate means 3CaO SiO2 51%. It means Ca3 SiO3 and tricalcium aluminate Ca3 Al2O6 is a tricalcium aluminate, 11% are there. It is used in concrete and reinforced cement. This cement is useful in the making bridge or house, roofs. Biological importance of magnesium and calcium. Biological importance of calcium and magnesium. Mg+2 ions are concentrated, means maximum amount, in animal cell. In animal cells, while calcium+2 ions are concentrated, means more concentrated in body fluids. Outside the cell. Both calcium and magnesium. Both calcium+2 and Mg+2 ion catalyze a number of enzymatic reaction. Reaction occurs in the body with the help of enzyme, which is called enzymatic reaction. The energy stored in the body in the form of ATP. Phosphate linkage by in phosphate linkage ions are useful. However, hydrolysis of phosphate linkage is catalyzed by calcium plus 2 ion. Hydrolysis of phosphate linkage is catalyzed by calcium plus 2 ion and release energy. The daily requirement of calcium and magnesium in the human is 200 to 300 milligram per day. Now, last point of the day, dear student, in chapter over. Barium sulfate react with carbon directly and gives barium sulfide. So here you can see oxidation number is +4, 6. Convert into barium sulfide, +6 into -2, and removal of 4 mole carbon monoxide. Reduction by carbon easily occurs of barium sulfate, convert into barium sulfide. Magnesium perchlorate is used as a drying agent and is called anhydrone. MgOH twice, magnesium hydroxide, is called milk of magnesia. Most IMP lines for your NEET exam. Na2SO4 into 10H2O is called, remember, Glavier salt. Glavier salt. What is fly ash? Last one. Fly ash. It is a waste product. It is a waste product from iron industries and has the property similar to that of cement. It mainly consists of calcium silicate. Understood? Now our chapter is over. Don't worry about it. We will start our new chapter in next lecture. but S block is over here. Totally all the point discussed